if I could start using Streamlabs OBS again. And now I got to see if this notification is working. Check that. Hey, that worked too. All right. Looking good, man. Looking good. So we're on both YouTube and Twitch for your convenience. Now I can see how many viewers are in the stream ASAP. So that's always a good thing. Oh man. Hopefully we could create some dialogue today and talk some more about what's going on. What up, James Williams? Damn, this looks so much better. SNR, I can see the chat so much clearer. Coach Z, I see ya, man. I see ya. Y'all hear me clear? Everything looks good, sounds good. What up, swag? What's goody? JB, Manuel Garcia, I see ya, man. I see ya. Much love, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm just chilling, vibing today. You know, it's been a lot of work over the last 24 hours. James Williams, oh, you got a Twitch? Let me go, son. Yeah. We got a Twitch. We got 5,000 strong on Twitch. But I'm gonna start streaming on there for your convenience as well. So we're streaming on Twitch and YouTube right now. What's good? Who's that? Tony King. Stepbrother watches you all the time. Always great info. I salute to you, man. Salute to you and your stepbrother, Tony King. Appreciate that, man. Much love. We out here just vibing, connecting with y'all, talking about the news. We got a lot of news today. Facts. That's what we're going to get into. What up, CJ? What's goody? Cam. I'm waiting for the numbers to go up. Jeff Moyes. I'm excited for 2K24 as well, man. I'm excited too, man. I gotta tell you, hey, the subscriptions are rolling in. Appreciate y'all so much. Toonie in the building. Toonie, I appreciate your Cash App. That was super dope. Thanks so much. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that. This is a Shooters 2K. Let's go, Coachy. Hey, the homie T, thank you for the follow. Man, salute to y'all. Appreciate the follows on Twitch and all that good stuff, man. Twitch is for me is normally for your convenience, so if you find it easier to watch on Twitch. What up, money? STM money in the building. Braden, what it is, all I'm asking is don't kick me out of park games the first day. I think the first day we're gonna have a lot of trouble considering what Madden just went through within their like first 12 hours of crossplay. It seems like they're up and stable now, but 2K always has issues the first night with logging in, so I started my Twitter grind and YouTube soon to come. Yes, sir, Wheezy. That's what's up, man. Salute to you. I see you out there as well. Salute to Wheezy, the Wheezy TV. Go check him out on Twitch. You'll be able to follow me. He hosts a lot of gameplay that we have with members from our Discord, so you might want to go check him out. Tron in the building. I'm surprised he was able to get on the live stream, Tron. I didn't even know they have internet in Area 51. That's pretty dope. What up, Javon? Baby Clay. Mike Wang dropped a lot of info about the differences they made, especially with pro play being implemented. I'm glad they are trying to reward defense more. So I dropped a video on defense, and the overwhelming majority of information that we have, damn, 113 in the chat already. That's pretty dope. The overwhelming majority of information that we have seems to lead towards offense. And I dropped the video on this just a little while ago. You can check it out. It's on the channel, but you guys are welcome to just kick it here because we're going to talk a lot about the stuff that I mentioned in the video. What up, Reggie? What up, Pro Ghostly? Kareem, I see you ready. That squirrel nibbling at his internet cord. I subbed on YouTube a few days ago. Had to show love on Twitch too, brother. Tashawn Johnson, salute to you. I thought I was able to see who was on Twitch and who was on YouTube, but it's not showing me that. But I appreciate you guys tuning in from the different platforms. Chosen in the building, positive vibes and blessings. That's what we preach, that's what we live, and that's what we practice, man. Positive vibes and blessings. That's what it's all about. How long to the first patch on 2K24? How long do you guys think we have? Seriously. They're talking about a tremendous amount of changes. How long do you think we have before the first patch? Let's go, Coachy. Mike Wang had changed up gameplay. Appreciate the follow, Weezy. Mike Wang changed up gameplay. We noticed it before Uh, he was saying things like, "We didn't touch gameplay. Don't worry about it. We didn't touch gameplay, and we noticed the changes ASAP." And it may have not been his intention to affect gameplay with changes made, but that's what ended up happening. He made changes, especially to the steel attribute, and when that steel attribute got affected, GG, GG. We don't need a patch. Ban a patch. That's what they need to do. Ban patches. I will say week 2, patch 1 will come out. 2 months, Kafara said, gameplay or stability patch. Either patch. I talked about this before for the folks who are just new to the channel. I talked about this before. If you guys never seen the Czar, if you never watched his live stream, he's a pretty open and transparent developer. So if you ever catch him live, you might want to tune in, because he made reference to what developers go through. And it's no excuse. At least I don't cut them no slack, but it allows us to at least understand. And it's a lot of what we already think. The analogy that he used is in development, when it comes to coding, you know how folks want changes? Well, the way the czar put it, developer for 2K, he said, well, as a developer, you got to pick or choose your right hand or your left hand. You can't have both. So what he was basically saying was that, when we attempt to make a change here, you got to decide, do you really want to complain about this? Because if we make a change, then you're going to no longer have that, and you're going to have to get this. Because when you affect one thing in the coding, it somehow manages to affect other aspects of the game. So if I'm not mistaken, that's what he was referring to. Maybe one day he'll be able to clear it up. What up, Mighty Flakes? What's good, man? Just got my Elgato, about to start creating. Go crazy. I'm here. Glitches. There's one thing. We got a few things to talk about. But there's one thing that I think flew over the head of a lot of people within the 2K community. And we got 195 in here. I think that's a good amount of people for us to cover this topic. I mentioned it. I touched base on it in my last video. I know everybody in the community right now is hyped for defense when talking about adrenaline boost and what it's going to do to the player. So what's spreading through the 2K community right now, salute to everybody who's coming in. All City OG, I see you. Brenda 0514, hope you good as well. When they talked about the adrenaline boost bars, and how primary ball handlers are going to lose those adrenaline boost bars, the community got hyped ASAP. Immediately thinking that as soon as you get a bump animation as a defender, that ball handler is going to lose an adrenaline bar. As I was rereading the report, and I think I'm going to pull that up right now. As I was rereading I was going through the report again, I should say, because rereading, saying that fast 3 times is tough. But I'm going to pull that up so that we can read it through together. Give me 1 second here. All right, let's see if we could pull that up. What up, Crumbug? I see you, Crumbug. What's goody? This is what flew over a lot of people's heads, y'all. Boost will disappear every time the onboard defender can bump the ball handler. Right there, the whole community stopped and the tweets started going out. The videos started getting posted. It was right there. But the end part of that statement says, bump the ball handler on a drive attempt. Why was that put in there? On a drive attempt. This means south to north movement, forward movement. I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble here. I'm definitely not trying to burst anybody's bubble. But why would you put on a drive attempt when you're moving forward? What I mean to say is, What if these folks, these ball handlers, and somebody made a good left a good comment on my video saying that just means that maybe if you're standing still, you understand if you're standing still, maybe you don't lose adrenaline, an adrenaline bar with somebody trying to body you up while you're standing still, and that's understandable. I get it because they said in small movements left or right, you're not going to lose adrenaline. But that's a little suspect when he put on a drive attempt. And then to add to that, pop, left, right, definitely coming back. You see, that's what I thought as well. Yeah, my brother have a 99 block and people still dunk, make layups, hated it. Big facts. So then to further elaborate on that idea, I dropped it in the video as well. It seems like when somebody inquired to Mike, I'm see if I pull it up. Before I even talk about it, might as well show y'all it because it makes no sense to just talk about it. I know I got it here. Here we go. Done. And I'll boost that up a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll move that right there and we'll boost that up a little bit as well. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. Juke or Joke. Joke or Juke. Hearing about all the offense stuff. He said, hearing about all this offense stuff. But what about defense? What would be considered a bump enough? And this is a great question because I know a lot of y'all have this question. What's going to be considered a bump enough in order for the ball handler to lose a bar? And he says, is it going to be riding their hip, bumping them off course, or a full body up? And Mike Wang doubled down and said, any body up that's not considered a blow by. Now, what does, for the veterans in here, we had years where blow bys were overly, like they were just, if you take a closerly look at it, but we had years where blow bys were OP. When folks said blow bys were OP, what were they referring to? The blow by into a drive animation, right? So Mike Wang pretty much doubled down. What up, Rafa? And I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble, but just be prepared. He said blow by, which means forward movement. What up, Grayson? Always smiling. I just want my hands to work on defense. Facts. 2K18. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. OP, blow by animations. And this is known within 2K community culture. We know this. When we refer to blow by, we mean forward movement, blowing past your defender. That's similar to drive attempt. So what I'm getting at here, what I'm getting at here is that left-right movement may not cause them to lose an adrenaline bar. And if it doesn't cause them to lose adrenaline bar, they already confirmed that these primary ball handlers are not even losing no speed. Even when they lose all their bars, it's just going to be difficult to shoot. What I'm getting at here is if they don't lose a bar at all on left-right movement, small like movements to the left, small movements to the right, then that sounds to me like there's a possibility the left-right cheese will come back into play. And if you don't know, as good as 2K23's perimeter defense was, they still had an opportunity to glitch. And if you don't know, trying to show you. If somebody wants to get dropped off, trying to show you. That little misdirection speed boost you get, GG's. Now you're not going to lose direction. Now you're not going to lose adrenaline bars. GG's, yeah. Thank you, Dandada. So, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. Hopefully that's not the case. I just wanted to make y'all aware. Just please be aware that there's a possibility that the left-right cheese is coming back into play. And I want to say here as well that I think folks that have the crab mastered, they're really going to reign supreme on 2K24. So if you want to end the year learning anything on 2K23, learn that crab, because defense is going to be much more difficult to contest with their contest this year, because Mike Wang already touched base saying that you're going to have to be smarter when you go for a block attempt or a steal attempt, and that'll help segue into this. Oh man, y'all about to be tight. Yeah, about to be tight right now. We went through this yesterday, but I'm just gonna do it one more time because this is a perfect segue for this right here. We need a much bigger and wider court. I think so too. A crab animation, if, for the folks, Anthony Arnold doesn't know what a crab animation is. So what a crab animation is when you put the defender behind you. So there's particular dribble moves that allow you, especially if the defender's attempting to press heavy, there's particular dribble moves that you can trigger that'll force the defender behind you. That's considered a crab, and it's considered an open shot 9.5 times out of 10. No matter how close he is behind you, it will be considered an open shot. So definitely interesting stuff, but this is where what up, OG? This is where things get a little crazy, y'all. The steal and block attempts will consume adrenaline bars on defense. The first bar that you lose counts as a 20% nerf to your attempts or your attributes, for that matter, block and steal. You will get nerfed. The second bar gone, 40% nerf. Third bar gone, a 75% nerf. The reason why I'm showing this one here is because I need you guys to understand that when you start losing these bars and you get hit with those nerfs, it makes it a lot easier on the offense. So, you know, this reaching in the passing lanes, you know how folks just sit in the corner and just consistently reaching. Hopefully it comes to fruition. Hopefully it translates on the court that those folks that are reaching for no reason get penalized. If their block attempt is lowered by 75% with no bars, then I should be able to shoot in their grill, right? I should be able to shoot right in their grill. I don't know, but y'all tell me. It's definitely interesting stuff, man. I'm going to bring back up what the main thing that we should be talking about today. I'm going to pull that up right now. Let me get that here. Hold on one second. I got to figure out where I put it at. All these folders. Jesus Christ. Blouse and skirts. All right. Screenshots. There we go. I have so many screenshots, y'all. It's insane. All right. This is going to go up and right there. Right there. All right. That's that full screen. All right. So we could pull this up. Let me get to the comments first. Make use of that pass fake. Make these lane guys drop 2 bars quick. Big facts. Tron said, as a ball handler, especially the ones with IQ, will take advantage of aggressive defenders. So those nerfs will take effect. Kill them easily every possession. And it's them high IQ players that are really going to shine. If indeed those effects that I just showed you, the nerfing effects of defensive attributes like steal and block, really take effect like what they're saying. What happens if you get the block though? Do you still lose the adrenaline bar? You do. Mike Wang addressed this as well, saying what happens if in the same possession you get the contest, but you know, just like in 2K23, the offensive player ends up getting the O board or ends up getting the ball right back in their hands. Don't matter. In that possession, you will stay with 2 bars. If you do another attempt, you go down to your 3rd bar, as long as it's within that possession. So, yeah. And they actually spoke. The person that mentioned that to Mike Wang actually says something very similar to what you mentioned in that comment, saying what happens if I get a contest and they get the ball back and try to go back up. It's per Mike Wang responded per possession. So still waiting to see actual gameplay and build system before I pre-order. I'll tell you guys some here. 2K, they're marketing geniuses. That's not to deny the fact that we are going to see changes for 2K24. What I'm getting at here is everything they've addressed so far is there's nothing they're going to do from here on out that will collapse the thought process. So there's nothing that they can do that's going to make you think that the game is worse. If they give us a gameplay trailer or something like that, it's going to look amazing. We've learned damn near all the information that we needed to learn in order to make that decision on whether you should pre-order or not. Now it's just a matter of whether we can trust 2K or not. There's no information between now and release date that's going to alter what's already been released as far as information goes. If anything, it'll only add more additional layers on top of it as a good thing. I can't confirm that the game is going to be amazing. This is guesswork, especially when it comes to 2K. But know one thing, their marketing is so amazing, they're not going to fail from here on out, at least until release date when we get our hands on gameplay. So if you intend to get it before the release date, then there's nothing else to wait for. If your intention is to wait for like people, YouTubers or people who are live stream so you can see gameplay yourself, then you wait till after release day and see that gameplay. And I don't knock y'all. I don't knock y'all either way. I can't tell y'all to trust 2K. They're lacking integrity. They don't have a track record to create that trust. So I'm a hooper, so 2K gonna get my money regardless. Big facts. That's how I feel as well. We didn't get VC attribute course explained yet. And trust me, when I get, it's going to be the first video that I make. When we get info on VC and the inflation cost, we're definitely going to drop it here. God in the building, 4.99. I think that's a super chat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a super chat. I'm skeptical about this 2K. They're distracting us with all these new features, but the most important feature, crossplay, we have little information on. I don't knock you, bro. I don't knock you for feeling that way. I got to see if this notification comes up for the super chat. I'm pretty sure I had it open. Let me double check my alerts. Give me 1 second because I want to make sure that the super chats are up. Yeah, super chats are up. Okay. Okay, we just got to wait for it to come in. Let me see. Let me double check one more thing. I want to make sure. Oh, okay. It doesn't have a media. So let me put a media on it. I'll put a bouncy cow. And then we got a custom code, and that's off. Okay, let me test it. Oh, well, it just came in. GLD Super Chat just came in, but it didn't show the... it's not showing like the bounce. Let me test it. Hold on. That's a bootleg. I don't know. What type of bootleg nonsense is that? It's like, was the cow too big for the thing? Hold on a second. I need to change that joint. We'll put it on the other one. We'll put it... Maybe a rabbit? I think I see a bunny. Let's see if a bunny works. Oh my God. There it is. All right. Close. All right. All right. I'm calling it now. Slashing is going to be buns. And 3-point shooting will be the wave. Yo, City, thanks for the defensive video you uploaded. Nobody's talking about defense. Yes, I don't know who it was. Somebody had left a comment. So I was like, yeah, that's facts. Let me go through Mike Wang's entire feed of replies and everything. And then let me go on to the Courtside Report and pull everything I know about defense as far as what Mike Wang mentioned there. So I said, and the cow never too big for the thing. Slashing was strong in 23, and they gave shooters a lot of boots in 24. Yeah, I don't know what type of boots they're wearing in 2K24. The only boots that I know of that they had was Tim's. So if they're giving out way more boots, if they can't, let me stop, man. I be having my own party here, B. I don't care if y'all don't get it and it flew over your head. I be having my own party. I just hope Mike Wang doesn't go MIA when the game drops like he does every year. We need a community manager again, and that community manager is not Mike Wang. He will disappear yet again. There's what he does. We got to take what we can get when he's here. That's just how it is, man. I'm going to be a monster in the paint if they preaching what they preach. Well, I tell you, I ain't gonna front. It seems outside of interior. Listen, they said, let me pull it up again. I don't even like to just speak like they said, like it's me talking. I'm gonna pull it up so we can see it. Cats and boots. I'm gonna pull it up so we can see it for ourselves. And then I'm gonna have to go back to that other one there that I had. There we go. Paint defense was a major focus and was reported as the biggest gameplay improvement from our external playtest sessions. I think we have a really good balance right now. And this is, you got to take this with a grain of salt, because in my opinion, like I said in the video, paint defense was so atrocious, like terrible bad in my opinion for 2K23. For every time I say something like that, universally, the people that are around me, which are really good players on 2K, all feel the same way. But every time I say this statement, you have somebody in the chat or in the live stream or in my comments saying, that's on y'all. Y'all suck. Y'all suck. Y'all just don't know how to play defense. I get a ton of blocks every game. We all get blocks. We all get a contest here and there. That happens to all of us. And this is why this stuff is subjective, y'all. We all are able to get a block on 2K23. But it's the countless times that you work hard to get in position early that aren't rewarded that far outweigh the reward of getting a block 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 times per game. Because the entire group that you're playing against is rim running. So you got about 100 times to make great contests, but you're only given 5. That don't sound great to me. These bums will, I'm telling you, these bums will walk in one behind the other. You got one person driving on the right side. Here goes another bum driving down the middle while the person's driving down the right side. Well, coming down the middle, pause. Then you got another goofball coming from the left. The center has 3 people in the paint. I know y'all in here. I know half of y'all goofies are in here right now. Because how many times have you seen this? So what I'm saying is, in a game, you have an opportunity to get 100 contests because the IQ on these finishers are just mind-numbingly, gone. They're on 0. So what I'm getting at is if you as a center only contest or get 5 blocks per game, even though you're getting 100 opportunities to get a block, what does that say about the contest system? Am I tripping, Crumb? I'm not tripping, right? Renzi said Interior D was horrible, man. I don't want to get them hopes up, right? But I'm real excited. Yeah, well, what I'm getting at, and this is what I'm trying to put in perspective, yeah? Out of all the information that they put out for offense, do you know we've only received 4 tweets about defense? And in those tweets, what they had to mention was, I'll get to the comments in just a second. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm missing some comments, but I'm zoned, especially when we talk about interior defense. In those comments, what they basically showed was that interior defense is gonna be, maybe not, the best words to use is not as promising as we think it may be. Now, Mike Wang did say it's probably the biggest improvement. But I'll give you guys one of the references he made to somebody who was talking about takeovers. Somebody asked Mike Wang, if you guys don't know, when you activate your takeover, it's going to be +10. Somebody asked Mike Wang, when you get your takeover, what if you have a super low like rebounding? And he said, you're not going to be able to select the rebounding takeover if you didn't even have attributes for rebounding. Mike Wang said, yes, you are. You're going to be able to select that takeover if you have rebounding. The dude said, that's crazy. Mike Wang said, well, it's only going to stack onto the attributes you have. So you have a 25 rebound, then you're only going to get up to a 35 rebound. What do you expect to do out there with a 35 rebound? And I'm using that as a jumping point for like, that's the same with interior defense. Interior defense was like at a 25. Am I tripping? Am I wrong for saying that? Interior defense was like at a 25 on 2K23. So what if they just going into takeover and now it's at a 35 on 2K24? Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully Mike Wang's words resonate with us through gameplay. Hopefully that's the case for 2K24. But I tell you, their track record for interior defense is not a good track record. In fact, I would have, especially after the nightmare that was 2K23's interior defense, I would have imagined if they were completely aware of how poor interior defense was, they would have made like a separate, complete segment assuring us that interior defense is back in full effect or is going to be super effective in 2K24. Getting to the comments, y'all. Getting to the comments. I'm new, but love your honest takes. Thank you, Game Dude. I appreciate that, man. Salute to you. Salute to everybody in the stream. 391 in the chat right now. I feel like if CBG Lando, if you don't have defense on your build, you shouldn't be able to defend. And most people think that they should be able to still play defense. I agree with you completely. If you're not putting defense on your build, you should get killed every single time. The homie Big Red with a 6-1, 0 block on his build, 0 steal on his build added. He had 25 block, 25 steal. I seen him get tons of steals and also get a chase down block. Imagine you going up in the paint on 2K23 in a 6-1 with 0 block, 0 interior defense, gets a chase down block on you. That poor guy must have threw his PlayStation right out the window. Right out the window. I'm sure he checked the homie Big Red's badges and attributes and said, oh, hell nah. As long as it all works, I feel the same way. I come through. As long as it all works, we're not going to be able to find out until release day. And even after release day, we're not going to be able to know if it's going to sustain. I feel like if they get smacked around on the game, they probably will start saying what everyone else is saying. And I 100% agree. He says, sometimes you're just a tiny bully. I feel like 2K gives us the same My League every year. I haven't noticed any special changes since 2K19. They probably do. I never played My League, so I can't tell you for sure. But I don't think, although I know it's a game mode with their own following, I don't think it's one of their priorities. I found that the only way to constantly stop rim attacks, the ball side early. Thank you. The ball side early. Smart man. I try and do the same thing. Get to the ball side early to prevent the takeoff animation. But what sucks is you work hard to get to the ball side early and they still take off on you a lot of times when you know they shouldn't have. I saw some clips on Twitter from an older 2K, I think it was 15 or 16, when the defensive player, when you held lock on his side step, locking onto the ball handler. I can't recall that. It just felt better though. It felt more intuitive. So 22 had 6'7" power forward and 23 has 6'9". I wonder if 24 will have something glitchy. Every game, no matter how hard they try, has something glitchy. The community hasn't failed yet. They have not failed yet. Every year, 2K attempts in their best effort to minimize the amount of glitchiness that can go out there, but until they rebuild the game from the ground up, it's gonna happen. And please, y'all, don't blame the community. If you want to hold someone accountable, hold someone with 20 years experience. Excuse me, over 20 years experience developing the game. And I'm not saying go at the dev's head, but these are the people responsible for delivering us the mechanics that we get. All we have is a controller. We have nothing to do with coding. There's nothing that we can do in regards to coding with this controller. All we're doing is increasing and decreasing attribute points. So if folks want to get the most out of their $100 that they're spending, if folks want to get the best bang for their buck, then best believe they're going to That's going to happen ASAP. They're trying their best to find the best build. It costs a lot of money, y'all. And then you're thinking, I only want to spend $100 1, 2, or 3 times in the year. You can't knock folks. What up, Monte? What's good, man? Hope you're good as well. God Soldier in the building. What's goody? I keep it locked on you, and you keep bringing the real, raw, uncut on 2K. I appreciate that, fam. I S with you all, City Tough. Appreciate you, Steven. You already know the vibes, man. Yo, I am... regardless of whatever happens as far as content creation and streaming and all this stuff, I am always going to be a gamer. It's just in me. I've been doing it for years, and I don't define myself by numbers. So, you know, this YouTube stuff and Twitch stuff, it just is what it is. I support it. I love it. So I'll keep bringing it. But this stuff don't define me, man. So I don't have no reason to change is what I'm getting at. I don't have no reason to change. If I'm tight with the, you know, folks be like, I got excited about the news, right? Like as a lot of people, they got excited about the new 2K24 news. And folks, they leave comments in my videos saying, oh, so now you're excited, huh? What? I can't, yo, I'm a gamer. I can't be excited. You excited, but I can't be excited. When I'm upset, I'm upset. You guys see it. I'm bothered. You guys see it. I make a video talking about why I'm bothered. Specific reasons as to why I'm bothered. Specific things that I don't like about 2K. But it's like folks want me to hate 2K, and I don't. The reason I make content about 2K is because I love 2K. Been playing it since the very first game. You think I'm fit? I'm too grown to do something that I just absolutely hate for no reason. Too grown, yeah. I like the game. So when I'm upset about it, I'm passionate about my experience on the game. I share it with y'all and I speak on it just like I would with the homie and we're in a party chat on Discord. By the way, if you guys are looking for players to run with on 2K in preparation for 2K24, type ! Discord right now in this live stream chat, and you could join a community of close to 27,000 players. If you're looking for players to run with, tired of running with randoms, join the Discord. Only if you're non-toxic. Save the toxicity. You'll get banned ASAP. Salute to y'all, man. We wouldn't be upset if the attributes work. City, I think most people watch your videos and live stream is because you're so handsome. Big facts, man. I get that. I understand. The whole thing is that I don't like being the handsome guy in a sausage party. That's the whole problem that I have with that. So it makes me uncomfortable. And I'm usually comfortable in my manhood, but in a whole big sausage party, I'm not so comfortable. It's like 2K having you walk around with Glizzy hats. You walking around with Glizzy hats in a whole sausage party, you telling the folks something. So that's the only if only they would run a game, maybe crossplay will help. Is that not facts, me? Is that not facts? Am I tripping y'all? Is the Discord link not popping up? Maybe I need to make sure Nightbot is closed. Hold on. No, I think I did it. Hopefully Nightbot is woke, man. He said, hey, yo. Nah, bro. There's a bratwurst party. What we on right now? We on whatever y'all delivering in the chat. That's what we on. Whatever y'all delivering in, in the chat, that's the type of time we on. Hot dog was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I try to tell y'all that hot dog... You think 2K don't be trolling y'all. 2K be trolling y'all way worse than I be trying to troll y'all. 2K be trying to troll. And y'all be like, yeah, I'll do this. What else will y'all do? Yeah, I'll do this because I have to get that perk. Yeah, let me put on the Glizzy hat. I got to get that perk. I did it too. I ain't even going to cap. I had to do it. But I did it more towards the end of the year. Y'all did it like very right in the beginning. The The second you saw the Glizzy hat, your eyes lit up and you was like, yeah, I'm putting that on ASAP. And how many folks kept it on? How many folks said, yeah, this is the new wave. I'm starting a new wave. Salute to y'all, man. No love lost, man. It is what it is. Your choice is your choice, man. I hope Crying doesn't get defense benched again. I hope the same thing, man. All right, let's, we've procrastinated a lot. We got 436 in the chat. Salute to y'all, man. Super, super fun times just vibing and kicking it with y'all. Appreciate the sub, Mark. Keep them subs and followers coming. You can get us one step closer. Listen, I say this in every stream, damn near in every video, and I have to, run my spiel right here really quick. We have a tremendous goal this year for 2K24, and we're really like, you guys are really supporting, especially during this rollout time. So we're already 2,000 subscribers ahead of what we intended to reach for 2K24. Upon release day, I wanted to get to 80K. We're currently at 82,000. So it looks like we are well on track to hit 100K subscribers this year. You guys could help make that happen by subscribing now. And trust me, your subscription won't be in vain, as I will be creating a ton of content and doing a ton of live streams, hosting a ton of tournaments with cash prizes, running the All City League, All City Slim hosting the All City League. So a ton of big things going on in our community as well. The priority number one for 2K24 is fun. No matter what 2K24 ends up being, our community is going to work really hard at adding the additional fun factor layer. So hopefully you guys could join us on that journey. I'm going to bring up the big news for today. The biggest news for today that I know a lot of people want to talk about. Hold on one second. I know I need to get me some rest because I be zoning now. There's just a lot of news that's going on, so it's hard to just rest up at this point. It's go time. Tryouts day one. Yeah, tryouts before and tryouts day one as well. Red City, I missed that. The Discord isn't working for me anymore, and I tell you, I need some real IQ players to run with. I don't know why the Discord wouldn't be working for you anymore. It's the first time I've heard that happen. You might need to create a new account. That'd be dope, man. Donnie Baby said, All City this year, maybe hit 150 to 200K. That'd be insane. Imagine that. Just come back towards the end of the year, Donnie, and we'll see what that number's at. Anyone told you that you look like Juan Toscano Anderson yet? I usually don't trust people with 3 names. So I don't know if, in Spanish folks, they like to have like 15 names. I'm Puerto Rican, by the way. But they like to have like 15 names. Juan, Manuel, Miguel, Rodriguez, Santiago. And when you ask their name, that's what they're going to tell you every single time. So, nah, I never heard that, though. I never heard. I don't even know who that is. Can we talk about how shooting seems really buffed in 24? Not necessarily. Because, the community wanted 2K to nerf fades. And that's what they did. They nerf fades. So them leaners from the 3-point line aren't going to happen. Now, the mid-range buff to fades may be a thing. But it all is all dependent upon how big the court is. If the players are smaller on the court, or if the court is just a little bit wider, creating more room for options like the mid-range, the teardrop, it's going to add more room for like your finishing options, things like that. Long name for no reason. Jose Alvarado. Antonio Banderas' name in every movie. That's funny. Rookie to legend grind back. Well, that's what we're getting into. It's no longer the rookie to legend grind is no more. Yeah, that's what we'll get into right now. It's now called the rookie to veteran grind. So if you guys don't know, in older versions of 2K, we had like Legend 1, Legend 2, Legend 3. And I had mentioned this in the video, and somebody put in the comments, no, you mean Elite 1, Elite 2. And I'm like, no, I mean Legend 1, Legend 2, Legend 3, youngin. The This was way back in 2K16. So it looks like we're going back to that, where now we have rookie 1 through 3, and then we have starter 1 through 3, and that moves on to veteran 1 through 3. But what's even more interesting is what you see on the bottom right, where it says top 10. Top 10, the community has been calling for leaderboards for a long time. And leaderboards are great for the community because they showcase those players. And I don't know if you guys know this as well. The folks who used to become legend, the first 100 players to become legend, got their name put on a wall in the next year's iteration of 2K. So you could dead walk up if you hit legend. If you was one of the top 100 to hit legend, you got like free stuff from 2K. You got the next iteration of 2K free, and you got your name put on a wall, solidifying your legacy the whole annual cycle for the next game. And when you got on the next game, you could go to the wall and see your name. So these are things that, hyped up the community that 2K kind of, they went away from. Yeah, I was wondering about Rookieville Juan on Juan. Salute to you, Real Lil T. Appreciate that. So, top 10 leaderboards, that could be an absolutely great thing. It gives the player base something to strive for outside of just the sole grind of, reaching the ultimate goal of becoming a legend or a veteran 3 in this case. Rod Plays said, question about the adrenaline bars. If I block a shot and the enemy team, he's playing Call of Duty, bro, the opposing team gets the rebound, do I still lose a bar? I answered that earlier. Mike Wang also confirmed that you will lose that bar. As long as it's still within the same possession, you are going to lose that bar, and you're going to have to work with the reduction, that 20% reduction of your first bar, 40% on your second bar, and 75% on your third bar. That's a nerf to your steal and block attributes. So, this could be a make or break, because if hands up is just as broken as it was in 2K23, you guys are going to be left helpless out there in regards to defense. Because 2K is saying you got to be smarter about your jumps. You got to be smarter about your contests and steal attempts. Well, if the alternatives like hands up defense is not going to function as it should, there's going to be a lot of foul calls. There's going to be a lot of upset defenders. No Rookieville, please. Nobody wants to go through Rookieville again. You think high steal will be worth it given the defense ratings drop so quick with bars? Still to be determined. Still to be determined. I can't say yay or nay, especially when we know that 2K could change it in an instant. They proved that in 2K23, so I can't say yay or nay. And, you guys are going to be hyped thinking, well, let me go create a player with a super high defensive attributes, and then you get highly disappointed a month in. And I'm not paying you that $100. It's not going down. You're not contacting me, City. Yo, you told me to make a bill with high defense. It's not going down, man. It's not happening, man. You're not gonna contact me talking about I owe you $100. But yeah, I wish I could say yeah. I wish I could tell you what it was. It's just tough because 2K is just, you never know what they're gonna do. 2K is listening to us. Salute to 2K for listening to us. Facts. They really need to fix Pick Dodger. By far the most useless badge. Pick Dodger is not useless, yeah. I've dropped a video on this, and even me as a screen setter, as somebody who likes to run the 5 with a really good point guard, we know instantly when someone has Pick Dodger on at higher levels. And I call it ASAP. Yo, the homie has Pick Dodger super high, B. He's walking right around my screens. Pick Dodger, what you guys may not have known about Pick Dodger, yeah, is that the way in which to activate Pick Dodger is holding L2. A lot of you guys were trying to run around screens. That's not activating your Pick Dodger. The animation activates when you hold L2. So although you can run towards the screen, as soon as you're about to hit it, if you press L2, it'll put you in the animation that puts you around the screen, activating Pick Dodger. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's what it is. Man, I'm center in a small forward, and I pride myself on defense and lead the offense scores like all city. I always say, yeah, shoot the club. Yeah, shoot the club, you'll hide the bodies. My build gonna have offense. I can't trust 2K marketing on defensive end. Me neither. I kind of feel that way as well. I was, after hearing this news, I was thinking, man, maybe I should make like a defensive player. I think I am gonna lean that way still, but I'm gonna make sure I have suitable offense. You can get a lot of steals. I tried to ask, is +4 gym rat back and is +4 for hitting 99? Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, I don't think it's going to be the +4 for hitting 99, maybe on old gen, but on new gen, I think we're going to experience something very similar. I imagine gym rat is going to be back. They haven't gotten rid of gym rat so far, so I imagine that's coming back, and people really like gym rat. But there was a big question that Mike Wang covered. And this was, let's say, takeovers are +10. You guys know this. If you activate a takeover, you're getting +10 to the attributes that cover or are encompassed within that particular category of takeover. Now, if you have a 99 block and say you use a defensive rebounding takeover, whatnot, then you're going to go over 99. Hopefully that's big news for a lot of you guys, because folks wonder about that as well. Can you go over 99? Mike Wang confirmed that you will indeed go over 99 when you have takeover on an attribute that's already maxed. So that's huge. Don't see high D being worth it. Yeah, we can't tell 440 in the chat. Salute to y'all. See, I used to think that until I realized you can get better dodges by just watching where the pick is placed. You can walk through the picks without pick dodges. Just don't deliberately run into it. Yeah, there's facts. I never focused on it myself. I never saw screens to be that big a deal. More so because the good majority of the teams play zone defense. So screens weren't really that big a deal in 2K23. Now that everyone here, you guys really suck, 2K didn't change anything for the people that used the original beginning build. I watched this YouTube and the changes never affected my team. I don't have no idea what he's referencing to. That dude's probably wilding in the mirror right now. I don't know. RPG, you get bumped, you lose adrenaline bar, right? All right, so RPG, we're going to clear this up for you because we talked about this. Appreciate that 199 super chat. Now, I dropped a video on defense earlier today. Reference that video, maybe take a clip. But what 2K said, what Mike Wang said in the courtside report, he said on a drive attempt, if the ball handler gets bumped on a drive attempt, they lose a bar. I think that's what flew over a lot of folks' heads in the 2K community, because I see no reason why, if it wasn't on forward movement, they would have even mentioned drive attempt. They would have just left it as gets bumped. And then he elaborated on that when someone asked him, well, define what's getting bumped. And Mike Wang said, whenever the ball handler does not get awarded by the blow-by animation, that would be considered a bump. Blow-by animations are forward movement. So keep that in mind. We don't necessarily know if you're like, if say a player is looking for a shot attempt, a shot opportunity, and the defender cuts him off. He's trying to move this way. The defender cuts him off. We don't know if that's going to equate to them losing a bar because they're not on a drive attempt. So what height for these burly locks? No, you don't lose a bar if you hold turbo. No. It's only on steal and block attempts. Steal and block attempts. Mike is being real ambiguous lately. You can't spam steals no more because it's part of adrenaline bar, but it can reduce your steal rating. It's not only reduce your steal rating, y'all. Let me bring it back up for the folks that are new, that are just tuning in. Maybe we could upset some more people because I don't think that was it. Steal block. That's it right there. The first failed steal attempt or block attempt, 20% reduction, 20% nerf to your steal and block. Second bar you lose, 40% nerf to your steal and block. You lose all 3 bars, that's a 75% nerf to your steal and block. We got to rethink how we approach 2K24. You're going to have to rethink this, y'all. And Wolf, I trust. Salute to the homie Wolf. If you guys don't know, I had an opportunity to do one of the Rate My Builds with Wolf. It was super dope with Pacers Gaming. Salute to Pacers Gaming as well. Wolf, if you guys don't know, is a new dev. And I think it was LD. I don't know if it was LD. I know somebody recently tweeted out about Wolf and his contribution and impact that he's provided since becoming a dev and getting onto the dev team. They said it was immediately felt the second he got onto the team. So Wolf is a player within the community. He's one of the best lockdowns in the 2K League is what he's known for. So hopefully defense is going to really mean something in 2K24. Salute to Wolf and everything he's doing for the community, man. Ben said, I'm ready to be thick. I think there's a lot of folks with a bunch of Glizzy hats in here that are ready to accommodate you. You know them dudes that we was talking about earlier. If you're ready to be thick, go ahead. Do your thing, bro. Do they use the lead players to test the game? I don't think so. But we don't know. We don't know. I know Uncle Demi touched base on it, saying that it's a small select group of folks that they use, that they gotta trust. Reading and comprehension is important. I'm about to come out looking like a white Zion. Specific height is going to be the meta again this year. Hope a few people figure it out. They will. That goes without saying. They will. Sometimes it's sooner than later, but they will figure it out, yeah. This thing don't have, it does have a time. What I missed so far, we've been covering quite a bit of stuff, Jesus. We covered the new grind. We covered the idea of leaderboards and what it means to the community. We touched base on a bunch of defensive topics. And now we're just vibing and seeing what the community has to say. This is the good part of this channel. This is the good part of this community, is that we just kick back and talk about it. What if they gave us defensive stances similar to a dribble style, just for defense? Because I want my lock to stand like Kawhi. Okay, so Mike Wang did send out a tweet saying that now you guys are going to be able to perform emotes while you're on defense and while you're on offense. So, we've had flops for so many years, but due to pro play, they've been able to get a ton of animations that they weren't able to get into the game prior. So now using your left, I think it's the left on the D-pad, but it's going to be on your D-pad. You could perform emote animations mid-game. So that's super dope. Another thing they touch base on what pro play offers gameplay development is things like the inbound, where a lot of the animations that they would get are from motion capture. Well, but things like the inbound, they weren't putting these people through motion capture for an inbound. So the dev team would have to create these inbounds, which is why inbounding on 2K23 is so terrible. So hopefully that's been adjusted with pro play. $9.99 from RJ. Salute to you. Appreciate that. Evening blessing, brother. Appreciate that, man. Hope they removed the body blocks after you make a defender jump and try to rise up. If they're off their feet, they shouldn't be barely any contests. He did address this. Mike Wang did address this, saying that if you bite, and there's something very similar to what he said in the past, but Mike Wang did address exactly what you're speaking about. And he said that if you fail and bite, the impact, you're going to feel strength and weight on 2K24. So he said that as you come down, that impact is going to count as a foul. So we're going to be seeing a lot more foul calls for failed block attempts, a lot more and ones. So he touched base on that. What up, RSR, Gabe Gaming? Or the Kawhi Claw defense. I have a question. If we pre-ordered the game, can we play it early? No, you cannot. You can only play it early if you live like somewhere like New Zealand. There's not going to be no early gameplay for pre-orders. Yeah. Also on inbounds, please, please, please fix the massive delay sometimes, whether it's just pressing X or having icons up. This does happen. This is facts. It does happen. Every now and then you get to experience what the true latency is. Well, the good majority of times you're playing on high latency, I should say. I wish we had a ping system like I know Call of Duty has. I don't know if they currently have it, but I know they had it where we could see what's our ping in any particular game. I, uh, how do you feel about dexing in 2K? Well, dexing is improved for 2K24. It seems like 2K has made it awkward or inconsistent, and the right stick juice are telegraphed and slow unless you have Hall of Fame off ball. So Mike Wang did address that as well. Dexing is going to be new and improved. Not only can you dex, you're going to get speed boost animations. There's going to be a lot more animations, things like off ball because of pro play. So he did talk about that, and he actually talked about off-ball movement and what you guys are going to be able to do. So you're going to have way more control. And it's true, I use the right stick to do those jukes off-ball, but they're so slow. I just do that to kind of troll the person that's trying to face guard me. Hopefully in 2K24, they're way more effective. I want to play it early, my dog, but do you think this 2K will be the 2K where we have fun? I'm so hyped they're bringing rep back and crossplay is going to be fun. I hope so. We could only hope that all this stuff translates into fun. I will say the things that they have addressed shows that they're listening to the community. We just don't know how much they care to listen to the community enough to execute. So that's where we're at right now. RJ, is it me or on 2K23 when you get forced out of bounds, they call it on you more this year than in previous years where they called it a personal foul? It does happen a lot. Oftentimes, you used to be able to take like the baseline with no problem, no worry of going out of bounds. The only thing that'll stop you is if the defender cut off the baseline. Now it kind of puts you out of bounds, which I don't necessarily like, because if you're on a different camera angle, you can't really control how close you are to out of bounds. So hopefully they address that as well. Foul calls need to buff as well. There's going to be, well, you're going to see that buff in 2K24 from what they're saying. You're going to see that buff. There's expected to be a lot more foul calls, and it may be to the point that it's going to be frustrating, I imagine. Facts. You get better lockups, pumping, the LT, the direction, the ball handler goes. Any core badges coming back? They haven't touched base on it, but someone did inquire with Mike about badges, and he said that's coming soon. So probably in the next report. A question with pro play being a thing, do you think we'll be able to select different steel animations? I can't say for sure. It's not like it's been covered, but we are getting a ton more animations. So I know they didn't say that was going to be absolute, but it could be possible. If we get the answer, I'll definitely share it here, though. I'm just happy and hyped about Park and my career and the animations and the gameplay. Looks so real. One thing that got me is the KD step back. Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second, because I appreciate that, Snaps Ankles. Let me take a sip here. How many people in the chat know what's a canned animation? We haven't suffered. Canned animations haven't been a topic of discussion for quite a while, but not too long ago, canned animations were the main topic of discussion. When you look at that Kevin Durant step back animation where they're showing real, in the trailer, where they're showing real life gameplay footage, and then they have the NBA 2K24 gameplay footage side by side, showing step by step that everything is the same. What I'm getting at here is a canned animation is an animation that you're put into that you have no control of getting out of. So when you look at that, take a look at the trailer again one more time. When you look at the whole animation playing out, most people just looked at Kevin Durant. But how about that defensive player? What I'm getting at here is, does that offensive animation that they were able to generate through gameplay, does that animation that Kevin Durant was doing include and have attached to it the defender? Because As Kevin Durant is moving, the defender that they're showing is right in line with them. So what I'm saying here is it going to be an exploit where when, say, you trigger one of these pro play animations, or is there a pro play animation in the game currently, when they drop, gonna have the defense attached to that animation when they trigger it. So is that person always going to be able to take a step back and it's just going to look like a contest is what I'm getting at. Do you lose control? Are you going to get stuck in a canned animation as a defender for the sake of pro play looking realistic? Big questions, man, that could only be answered when we get the gameplay. But I will tell you, canned animations were a problem for a long time and the one of the top topics of discussion within the community. Hopefully we're not going back to that. I wish Mike Wang could determine if that's the case, for if there's anything like that. I tweeted Wang that suggestion. J Knight, salute to you. I called them out on the cutscene with canned animations on Twitter. All City didn't want to be the one to call him out for it. Just in case All City didn't know. I don't mind. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, we should know. We need to know. And we're going to find that out instantly if we're stuck in a canned animation. We've seen it a lot in 2K23, and maybe you guys could confirm this because I experienced this a lot. One of the things I noticed on 2K23 was that oftentimes you'll see your player jump through the roof to make a contest. But then more often than not, you'll see your player jump just high enough to make it look good, to make it look like it was a contest. When you know you was full momentum to get that block, full momentum, you're at max speed. You know you should be jumping through the roof and just blocks, like swatting that ball into the stands. You get that momentum, you're running and gunning, ready for the chase down, and 2K puts you in an animation that you know doesn't meet the momentum that you had prior to the jump. Oftentimes you have no momentum and you jump through the roof. These are things like canned animations. An animation that just, it's already said that the offensive player driving is going to finish this animation and you're just going to make it seem like it looks like a contest. So things we got to look out for, man. They also have defensive animation as well. I guess they would have certain defensive animations that lead into stops. Interesting. Hope any player can inbound the ball after a score in the park and rec. That would be good. All City, are you pre-ordering 2K24? Yes or no? I'll be pre-ordering it. I will pre-order it. You know I'm getting the game, definitely, but I could see myself pre-ordering it. I'm not in no rush, though. I'm not in no rush to pre-order it, and I'm not in denial that I'm not going to pre-order it. So you think it's a W, 2K by all the news? So far, I think it's a W. In regards to news, hear me out here and don't try to hold me accountable when this joint all changes after a month. If we're just speaking about what's been said in the news, it's a W. Execution is a whole nother topic of discussion. Will 2K not only be able to execute, but sustain and leave the game alone? That's a whole nother topic of discussion. In regards to news and everything they addressed, W. They addressed damn near every issue with the game. Maybe they're just good at listening and not as good at executing. Something we're only going to find out when the game is released. 199 from Jethawk. Salute to you, Jethawk. You think physicals takeover could be underrated? I think folks are going to be sleeping on physicals takeover. I'm glad you mentioned that, Jethawk. I think folks appreciate the follow. If you guys haven't subscribed, you're in the stream, you haven't subscribed. $6 from Marcus. Will we get true? Damn, I just missed that. Hold on, I don't want to. Will we get true bills, true 99 bills, or at least a 95 bill? I'm not sure. I wish we could say. I wish I could have an answer for you. Appreciate your super chat. I'm not exactly sure. There's some that we're not going to find out till we get our builds out there. In regards to physicals takeover, I think folks are going to be sleeping on that. You're gonna go from, say you put an 80 speed. You're gonna go from an 80 speed to a 90 speed. You know what that's gonna look like for defenders out there? These are gonna be game changers, man. Who knows? It's a possibility in that it may be overpowered. Yep. Plus 10 to your physicals. Yes, indeed. Plus 10 for your physicals. I was still somewhat trying to fully understand what pro play will be like in the park. Pro play is going to be the same thing it is in the rec, the same thing it is in anywhere. It's just additional animations. That's what pro play is doing for you guys, giving you guys additional animations. So if you could picture what pro play is in the rec center, then you should be able to picture what pro play is going to be like in the park. Can you explain if there's something that I'm not understanding in that question? You know, if you want to elaborate, go ahead, and I'll try and understand it. The rep bar in 2K24 looks extremely similar to NBA Live 19. I was hearing that folks are saying that they're ripping off live, but 2K's been doing that since its inception. There was a lot of things that 2K ripped off of live. They just did it better. They've been doing that. Hopefully, it's easy to select what takeover you want when you're in the game playing. If it's clunky, it'll kind of suck. I think it's going to be made easy. It might be a 2-button click, something like that. Will Pro Play take Drew League or Summer League animations? I don't know. I don't know what 2K is doing, where they're pulling these animations from. I could see them doing that. If they have a software, think about it. You got a game, you have a software that can now take, and doesn't have to be a game. They could pull it from anywhere. But if you have a software that can pull animations, I'm sure there's copyright laws and things like this that they have to worry about, which is why they're more inclined to pull from the NBA or anybody they have a deal with to make these things happen, to pull these animations. So, you know, whoever they work out and ink out that deal with, they'll be able to pull animations. 99 cent from Biggie, just cuz. Appreciate that, man. Salute to you, Biggie. Salute to y'all, man, for making that stuff happen. I truly, truly appreciate that. I didn't know it was just animations. I wasn't exactly sure what it was. Thank you, by the way. All good. Yep, all good, Rod. I'm going to consider subscribing, my G. You're a real one. Salute to you, Jesus Shuttleworth. I appreciate that. Definitely consider subscribing. We're going to be doing this. We've been doing it for years, yeah. We've been here doing this very same thing for years. I just got kind of better equipment and stuff. But yeah, this is what we do. We've been doing it for years, and we're going to continue doing it. And this is not all we do. So if you want to become a part of a great community that shares a similar vibe to what you're experiencing here on the live stream, all you got to do is type !Discord in the live stream and it'll come up. The link will come up. You could join right now. Ton of great people. Good answer. That was Buddy asking about Park. Oh, yeah. I am tired of defensive getting no love. Perimeter defense was dope on 2K23. At least in comparison to what it was prior years. You know, I don't think maybe if you're new, you don't realize how bad defense was in previous years, where if you were a perimeter defender, you were dead sliding, man. Left, right, sliding. And they had the left and right cheese back then. So, Biggie, 199, is the green auto show or is it still delayed? Yeah, so folks are wondering about the green animation, and is it going to be delayed similar to what we had in 2K23, or is it going to be an instant animation as soon as you shoot and, you know, it turns green? Mike Wang confirmed that it is indeed going to be delayed, and he said it's going to be delayed because he likes it that way. That's exactly what he put with a smiley face. So yeah, it is going to be delayed, similar to what we got for 2K23. Jeff Thomas said, I've been on this channel since 2K9. There were already pre-orders. I missed that. No argument. They follow suit, but not when it comes to rewards. Live would have +5 gear. Facts, they did. Yeah, facts. And other perks. Stan Kauza, appreciate the sub. Appreciate y'all, man. So do you think 2K should add a defensive speed boost as far as movement like offense? I think their intention is to add something like that because they're talking about off-ball movement. having an opportunity because you're going to be able to speed boost now off ball on offense. But I've mentioned this before in live streams and videos that we should be able to, if the offense can speed boost, then the defense should have an option to speed boost. So we would all like to see that. It'll be a more, it'll add more strategy, it'll add other levels to the gameplay, the cat and mouse game of when to trigger these speed boost animations if you over pursue, things like this. So can you talk about a? Oh my God, I don't really want to talk about AI defense, but BA Scotty said, can you talk about AI defense, step back cheese, and all the other BS you see when you're facing or going against an AI? I'll tell you this, that every year there's always been an exploit, but I will tell you this as well, that there has been no year that I've ever seen the AI as bad as it was in 2K23. No year. Now, I know the czar talked about this, saying that when he went, because if I'm not mistaken, the czar is the one responsible for AI defense, if I'm not mistaken. I saw a live stream where he talked about AI defense and showcased why he made the changes he made. He did address some of the issues with AI defense, saying that it's going to be a process, an ongoing process, and sometimes it takes it's like a 2 to 3 year plan to undo everything that was wrong with the coding. And when he did start, I remember this, when he started the process, becoming a dev, taking over the defense for AI, when he started this process in a live stream, he mentioned that, and a matter of fact, I think it was a tweet, not a live stream. It might have been a tweet where he said he didn't want to throw his colleagues under the bus, but he has a lot of work to do in order to improve the AI. So I only could share with you guys some of the things that I know. I got used to, he said, Biggie said, do you personally like the delayed green? I got used to it. And I think I've come to like it more. That does add a little more suspense. It does prevent the defense from getting back that much sooner. You know, because if you see a green instantly, you can start heading back. But if you don't know it's green, then you got to go in and crash. So, yeah. Bring back park rivalry weekends. I would like to see that as well. 2K21 was pretty bad. Next gen. You were definitely getting 50 on the AI. Anthony Ortega said, I miss you, 2K16. Last year for current gen, players save up for PS5 or Xbox. Yeah. I knew I think it's going to be the last year as well. Did they confirm that? I think it's going to be the last year as well. Delayed is way better, more realistic, Ellis said. How CPUs in the wreck going? Terrible. That's what I'm talking about. The AIs in the wreck. They are horrendous. I mean, wow. Just wow. I've never seen such poor AIs. I'll tell you one experience that I recently had with the AI. We had a guard AI. The AI is guarding somebody in the corner. Our teammate is already in the paint. Center is already in the paint. The AI left the 3-point wide open to guard the drive, even though the center is just chilling, waiting for the drive to happen. The AI just dipped on dude, went into the paint, and stood right next to the center. I'm like, when I say brain dead, that AI is gone, bro. No defensive awareness at all. Like, I don't care if you're my teammate, you're in here, I'm getting the block. And I'm giving up the 3. And that's why you see this? Now I don't want to insult. I want to insult y'all, but I don't. For the folks, maybe we could use this as a teachable moment. For the folks that play very similar to that AI diving into the paint and leaving the 3-point shot wide open, can you tell me if that's where you learned it, from watching the AI? You see, I learned it from watching you, Dad. A lot of people don't get that reference, but maybe you're too young. The AI does this, so these folks out here that are brand new to basketball or maybe brand new to 2K are like, well, I got to dive into the paint. The AI did it. Obviously, the developers are too smart to make the AI. This is what you're supposed to do. Uh, these AIs are Czar's handiwork. You see, these are, I thought so as well. Do you think 2K actually is going to make all attributes matter or some categories still won't matter? I can't say. I can't. If we're going by track record, then we're going to see attributes that don't matter. If 2K somehow manages to pull everything off, then attributes are going to matter. They're going to mean exactly what the number states they mean. 99 steal means 99 steal. 99 block means 99 block. When an 80 driving dunk goes up on a 99 block, the 99 block wins. That's what should happen. Considering position, the work is done early, the center's in the paint. Here comes the 80 driving dunk, attempting to drive on the 99 interior defense 99 block. If the work is done early, contest every single time. Unless they incorporate some more finesse into their moves or different options like a teardrop or, like Mike Wang said, the layup timing is going to be on default now. It's going to be default on now. So he said you shouldn't consider leaving layup timing on because you're going to have more control and more finesse over the options for finishing, with layups, scoops, and things like that. So Swante in the building. Salute to Swante. They sniped me. What do you mean they sniped me? What happened? Salute to Swante, man. Swante doing his thing. Speed Boost Nation is in the... Yo, matter of fact, perfect person to come into the stream. I don't know if you caught this, Swante. I don't know if you saw this, but they're saying that defenders are going to be able to bump a primary ball handler. And what's spreading through the community is that they'll lose a bar as soon as the bump happens. But when I was rereading the courtside report, Mike Wang said they'll lose a bar when you bump them on a drive attempt. So what if somebody's trying to move left to right, east to west for a shot opportunity and not a drive attempt? Are they going to lose adrenaline boost bars? Is dribble god, dribble nations back in play? Is the left-right cheese back in play? Demi blocked me. Did he block you yet? Oh, are you serious? Get the hell out of here. Are you serious? Nah, I didn't check. I don't know if he... No. I didn't... I guess I'll check. But I don't message him or anything, so I wouldn't know if he would have blocked me. Interesting. Mess around, he blocked. Say the truth, it really ain't nothing to me either way. It really ain't nothing to me. He probably just don't want to hear it anymore. I think I addressed him respectfully. Some things needed to be said, but I know he's somebody who, from what he says, he respects folks having a good debate. And he respects folks for having their opinions. So hopefully Speed Boost Nation is back. Swante, you hear? Swante said it himself. Speed Boost Nation is back. Can they be stopped? Is the big question. Demi, so I'm not even trying to read that. Damn, y'all going in on Demi. If you shoot from 15 feet or more and you don't get your green animation, is it an automatic miss? This year is green or miss, yeah? And that goes for you dunk meter demons as well. Green or miss. You're not dunking with earlies no more. I was being respectful too, so I'm confused. Yeah, but I guess we on that same stuff, Swante, because you was being respectful. I guess we on that same type of stuff. Maybe he did block me. I don't know. Yeah, so green or miss this year, yeah. And even if it looks like a full white, he said that even if your window looks like a full white, that's only because it's the artwork. There's still going to be even a pixel of a green window. So every single shot is going to have a pixel at the very least, a pixel of a green window, even if it looks like a full white. Let's go, Kochi. I was being respectful too, yep. If you shoot from 15, I did that. Very intrigued to see this new builder. What do we know about the builder? I think a lot of people put a lot of stock into the builder. What up, Phoenix Gray? And the builder, although the builder is a big deal and we get that, but it's really dependent on where 2K adjusts their sliders. This is how they were able to change gameplay in 2K23. They adjust your sliders for you. They turned your 99 steel attribute into a 65 steel attribute. So as we're anticipating this builder, it's just like, well, what does it really mean when 2K could just change the effects of a particular attribute at any given time? So outside of the builder, we need to just kind of get out there and play the game and see where 2K has these sliders at, and do those sliders respect your attribute rating is the best way to put it I could think of. Yo, Elisa, what's good? Ultimate Company, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll say it, and I think the homie Demi would agree. I'll say it. He made his choice. He sided with 2K, and that's not a bad thing for the homie. It's his world. To each their own, B. I just feel like this. As hard as I would go at Ronnie 2K, as hard as I would go at Mike Wang, if you're going to serve as the voice for 2K, then a lot of these questions are going to come your way. If you're going to serve as the voice for 2K, and I think, you know, anybody who makes that choice should understand that. So when the community comes at your neck, you wanted the answers to sell. You wanted to give all the answers to sell the game. Now give us answers as to why the game ain't as great as you said it was going to be. If that's the case. If everything comes to fruition with 2K24, then Demi has every right to say, I told you so, just like he said he was going to do. That's a big if. Or is 2K able to execute everything they said they're going to execute? Is crossplay going to be successful? Is something going to be too heavy an exploit, too overpowered an exploit? What are builds going to look like? Too many questions, y'all. There's a lot of questions. Player engagement metrics is why everyone should take all this good sounding news with a grain of salt. Thank you. Thank you, RJ. That's the best way to put it. Take it with a grain of salt. I want to be excited, and I'm not trying to curb your guys' enthusiasm at all. It's good to be excited. And I'll tell you this as well. 2K23, I went back to the old core side reports, and 2K23 had a lot of information on their first core side report as well. And a lot of the stuff that they mentioned came to fruition during the initial stages of 2K23's release, which is why 2K23 was an amazing game. If they follow the same path and everything they're talking about now comes to fruition upon 2K24's release, then we're looking at one of the best releases for 2K. That's just facts. Everybody getting what they want. Defense getting what they want. Offense getting what they want. The challenge, the crossplay. Everybody gets what they want. Hopefully that's the case. 2K said, we give up. Give it to them. Or maybe they said pro play allows us to make this thing happen. Whatever the case is, they had a lot to say, and we know they have a lot to say. If 2K was as good as their marketing, like if the game or gameplay development was as good as their marketing is, we would have had amazing 10 years ago. We just need their gameplay to match their marketing. Swante said he literally begging for us to respond. So when we do, I don't see the problem, especially if it's not disrespectful. I don't see the problem either. But I don't stick around to find out neither. I said, if the homie has a problem with it, it'll get to me. It is what it is. I just keep pushing. The homie had made his choice. Hey, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go, be this voice for 2K. Try to serve as the liaison between 2K development and the community. And I hope it works out for him. I hope it works out for the homie. It is what it is. There's room. There's room in this 2K world. There's so many different personalities. There's room. Stay in your lane. I stay in my lane. Me and 2K, we ain't never going to be affiliated. Ironically, the game were amazing 10 years ago. At least, listen, if we take the game for 10 years ago and match it up with what we got now, we ain't going to see it as such amazing. But the fact that at that time, just like 10 years from now, if we match up 2K23, 2K24, we shouldn't be able to compare the two games. But what we're feeling at the moment should be amazing. And that's where 2K is falling short. And that's where I hope 2K can make up for in 2K24. Like the homie said, years ago, it was amazing. We felt it was amazing. When we're playing it, we were so like, how do you say, immersed in the game that it was an amazing feeling. We need to feel that now. Completely immersed. It was only in 2K20 where I was completely immersed. We need to feel that now. This means minus all the goofiness, minus all the weirdness, minus all like throwing the ball out of bounds with a 96 pass accuracy, failed alley-oop attempts when there's a clear lane to the rack. Maybe to you, but honestly, there's no contact meter in NBA. I think I missed that. They're probably having their own conversation there. I see that. 2K with the new update for September. I didn't get that. Good vibes, man. Good vibes in the stream. We got some great news. 2K24 is looking like a W. 2K24 not only looking like a W, is looking like it's going to be one of the most strategic games released in a long time. This all is dependent on if they're able to execute. If they're unable to execute or they fall short in particular areas, then another area is going to shine. If defense falls short, offense is going to reign supreme. I don't think anybody wants offense solely to reign supreme. We've already had that era in 2K. I'll break it down for you guys. We come from 2Ks where you would get instant ankle breakers. We come from 2K where playmakers, pure playmakers, were shooting half-court shots after an ankle breaker. We come from 2Ks where pure playmakers turned into sharpshooting playmakers. Sharpshooting playmakers had their little era, 1-2 years, that turned into playmaking shot creators. And I remember we used to have a separation between play sharps and shot creators. There used to be a separation there. A shot creator had a particular playing style. Ticino was on the scene heavy at that time. A play sharp played differently, similar to the guards we have today. And then they kind of merged together, creating the playmaking shot creator. These folks were unguardable. We used to run with a play shot that would, you send 3 defenders at him, sending everybody, we used to play park, everybody on the court, go guard him. And he still would shoot a fading 3 in your grill. That's what we come from. So where we're at now is very different from where we come from. And I'm hoping that 2K continues down this path, because don't nobody want to see us go back to them older days of offense. And I don't even think the Speed Boost Nation wants to see that. I don't even think the Sweats and the Dribble guys want to see that. They want a challenge. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody's here is part of Speed Boost Nation, anybody else in here, I know Swante wasn't in here. I don't know if he's still in here, but I know I wouldn't want to see that if I considered myself a dribble god or a sweat out there. I wouldn't want to see that. Give me the challenge, bro. Tell me the defense has a chance so I could, when I break him down, that man has no excuses. People love being unguardable. Game may be great, but these VC prices still screw me up. That's another question, another topic for discussion. If the game is good, which I talked about yesterday, if the game is great, are you guys willing to pay more per build? Right now, you're paying $100 plus. Are you willing to pay more than that? Are we going to get stuck in the animation with pro play? We talked about that. I got pressure. We're not exactly sure if we're going to go back to canned animations, but I'm definitely going to keep my eye on that. All City, I made a comment on the contact dunk meter and how there's not one in NBA, and fam got bent out of shape over the comment. However, facts are facts. But what do you mean? I get it, Stephen. I get what you're saying. The homie said I made a comment contact and how there's not one in the NBA, but maybe I just missed the whole thing. Let's just pray. Well, contact dunks gonna be way more difficult this year for y'all. I'll tell you that much. It's green or miss for contact dunks. No more earlies. There's gonna be a lot more people missing a lot more dunks trying them dunk attempts. Only it seems like the elite players are gonna be able to make that stuff happen consistently. Maz never come back. Auto greens was AIDS. The Swan put something else in there that I miss. Nah, I'm gonna play $10 and work on my career. I don't care how good the game is. I'm not paying $100 for the game and then more than 100 for VC. Interesting. He said there is no dunk meter in the NBA and then asked why is it in 2K? I'm stuck. I mean, come on, y'all. They gotta figure out how to. We already. This is the first year trying this. Well, not the first year. Dunk meters are fairly new. I like the idea of a contact dunk meter instead of it being RNG, completely RNG. That's what it's been for years, completely RNG. We went through the phases, the changes. 2K21 contact dunking everything and everybody. Dude was at the 3-point line and got dragged into my contact dunk animation just to make it look good. That's canned animations, by the way. That's the definition of canned animations. Homie's minding his business at the 3-point line, guarding his homie. I'm driving to the rack and he gets pulled into the animation. These poor guys, we don't want to go back to that. Yeah, it's just a gameplay mechanic, man. Facts. You know, these are things that they've come up with, which makes sense if you follow the path. If you follow what's been going on, then you understand. All right, contact dunk meter as an option. They're gonna ask why my stamina going down. Yeah, facts. They don't got stamina bars in the NBA. They don't got takeover meters in the NBA. That's funny to me. Fanta was in space saying the green window is more precise than 23. That was what's interesting to hear. Was in the green saying the green window is more precise than 23. But what is he saying? That it's easier to hit the green window? Is more consistent? Are you and Brutal going to continue the podcast this year? Me and Brew, we always good. I'm sure if, like I said, at home, yo, Brew, you want to get up? Let's get something, talk about it. But the commitment, I think, for both of us, because it's not easy to just get up and make that stuff happen. It's not hella difficult neither, but it just takes time, and time is like where we make money. So, there's this, it's just a little conflict there in regards to making it happen consistently. And I understand that completely. When you're on this content creation stuff, especially for the way in which both me and Brute create content, a lot of this stuff is on the fly. And I'm a person that I don't like being tied to a schedule. I personally don't like being tied to a schedule. So I may want to do a live stream early in the morning, one day, and I may want to go live later in the day, or I may want to create my video at 3 p.m. instead of 8 a.m. So that's the difficult part. But who knows? It may happen. We may get up again. So less forgiving and harder to green when he tested the game. Interesting. So it's going to be harder to shoot out there for folks. Interesting. Hey, all right, Anthony Ortega, Big Red. So less fluctuations. Definitely less fluctuations, y'all. So Mike Wang said they toned down the fluctuations. Also, there's going to be, let me see if I can pull it up. Maybe I could pull that up for us, because I think that's a good topic as well. In regards to fluctuations and some of the categories for creating your custom jump shot. Let me see if I got that here. Well, let's talk. I'm going to shot timing stability. Okay, here we go. Shot timing stability. I'll pull it up in just a second. We could talk about it. There's two things that I want to talk about: shot timing stability and also defensive immunity. This some pretty important information for y'all. Let's see if I could pull that up. All right, so this is in regards to shot timing fluctuations. Variable shot timing has been toned down for 2K24. Also, we changed the shot timing impact category, or the shooting attribute, to shot timing stability. Higher stability grades will further dampen. Hear that, y'all? If you want to shoot good, these are Mike Wang's babies. He's involved with dribbling and shooting. Higher stability grades will further dampen the effects of fatigue / defense on your shot speed. So you know how that shot, although everything is toned down, shot timing fluctuations and the differences between each shot are toned down quite a bit. If you increase a higher grade on your stability, then you'll suffer the penalties. There'll be less of a fatigue effect, and when the defense is in proximity, you'll have less effects on your shot speed. So that's pretty interesting. The next one that I wanted to bring up was, and you guys could sound off, we could talk about that while I bring up the next one, because there's some with defensive immunity, and I'm going to cover this stuff more than likely in a video. That's layup timing, defensive immunity, and numbers. Okay. All right, I'll put that down while we talk about shot timing. That jump shot creator definitely sounds nice. So no more delayed greens. Yes, we're still getting delayed greens. Mike Wayne's confirmed delayed greens. I'm creating a paint best center. You ever wonder Mike is cold on the sticks? I wonder if Mike is cold on. I doubt it. I doubt it. I can't see it. Maybe he is. Who knows? Maybe he is. That'd be crazy if he come out one day and just be like, just start killing everything. Everybody gonna say that's because you a dev. You increase your sliders. Hold on. I'm gonna bring this. Hopefully, I might have to pull up the. Image. Let me see here. Yeah, because I can't read it from there. So that's what we're talking about right now. Defensive immunity. I'm gonna pull it up. Give me 1 second so I can pull it up so I can read it. Defensive immunity right here. All right. Now there was one thing. All right, so at the bottom, maybe I should start. All right, here at the top it says, it's to your benefit to create a jumper with the highest grades you can, but you can still be successful with lower grade shots. Defensive immunity is one I'd particularly recommend paying attention to. It can have a stronger effect than most think. And next, somebody said, what's the difference in shot contest percentages from an A plus to a negative F? We don't want to guess. We want to know how effective the grades are. And Mike Wang responded with, and this is in regards to defensive immunity, the category under a custom jump shot. Mike Wang says, A plus will reduce the contest score by 30%. So if you have a higher defensive immunity, it will reduce the contest score by up to 30%. But if you have a super low defensive immunity rating like an F, it will boost that contest. This is huge. Higher grade not only negates the contest, but it's going to reduce the contest by 30%. If you have a low grade like an F, it's going to boost that contest by 30%. And Mike Wang said this is subject to change. And that's, hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying there, because you're talking about boosts and nerfs simply based off of this defensive immunity. So that's pretty huge. I thought that was huge. I think that deserves its own video. So we're definitely going to talk about that, because I think a lot of folks are going to have a lot of questions about those grades. Does backing down somebody in the post? I think I missed your comment. It flew by. What up, Brandon? What's goody? Defense style, Michael Jordan. Defense style, Dennis Rodman. 2K needs me. That's Daniel Nelson. Customizable defense animations, but we are going to get particular animations. Like, you guys are going to now be able to emote out there while you're on defense mid-game, while you're on offense mid-game. You guys saw it in the trailer, and I announced it here. Second I saw somebody do it in the trailer, while he was dribbling, he called the defender over like, yo, come on, like, come get some. So that's pretty huge. Imagine 30% boost plus takeover. I appreciate that, Brandon. Boozer, defensive style. All right, 4:25. We are pulling up on 2 hours. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. Salute to y'all and everything y'all do for the channel and boosting the platform, getting us to where we need to be. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please consider subscribing. You can take us one step closer to 100K subscribers. If you're on Twitch right now, please consider following as well. We're trying to grow that Twitch. And, you know, it's more convenient for the viewers. I know a lot of you guys just like to be on Twitch instead. Wishing y'all all a safe and blessed rest of your night. The second we get more information, you already know, we're dropping it on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys are watching on Twitch. You can go on over to the YouTube if you want to see the content. Right now, we're streaming on YouTube and Twitch, in case you guys didn't know. So that's why I'm referencing both platforms. I will catch you guys